Hey guys, welcome back. I got another projector review for you today. This is the AAXA SLC450. I've been hearing a lot about this company. I think it's a Chinese company based in Silicon Valley. They make a lot of these cool mini portable projectors. This one is not portable. It requires a power source. I decided to try this because it's short throw. I love short throw projectors, perfect for small rooms. So this is native 1080p short throw. It's got dual band Wi-Fi, short throw ratio of 0.7, which I think means you can get 100-inch image from about 5 feet away. Got an Android system on board. Nothing on this side. Some more information here. Some more specs on the back. So the key specs to look for: brightness 450 LED lumens in boost mode. Throw ratio, I already told you, 0.7 to 1. Contrast ratio, not very high, so it's not very bright and not very high contrast ratio. So not expecting much in terms of, viewing in, light. So it's definitely for dark rooms. Noise level 30 decibels. I think that's in the eco mode. What else? It's an LED light source, so it'll last you a long time, 30,000 hours. Blah, blah, blah. Operating system, got Android 9.0. Some connectivity, we'll check that out later. In the box you have remote control, there's a tripod, that's cool. Wall charger and the user manual. It's interesting, it doesn't list the actual projector in the box, but I'm sure it's in there. Alright guys, so let's open the box and let's see what's inside. Alright guys, so this is everything that is in the box. Your projector, got a tripod stand. It's pretty cool actually. Kind of compact but feels sturdy. Power cable, remote. User manual with a card that has a number and an email, so that's pretty cool. The user manual is pretty thick. I like that. A lot of information there. The remote is infrared based and of course not backlit. Comes with batteries. As far as the projector goes, let's take a closer look. So this is what the top looks like. It's got these physical buttons. They're touch. I think they're touch sensitive. Yeah, they are. Your directional buttons: select, menu, return, volume up, volume down. In the front you have your lens and a front firing speaker. On this side you have some cutouts for the fan. This is the back, small cutout here. Your TF card reader and a USB port. So that's interesting. Usually I see the USB and HDMI are usually on the same side, but they decided to go a different route, which is fine. So USB port, TF card reader. I think this is the indicator light when the projector is on, it's green. This has to be the IR sensor for the remote. So on this side you have your physical on-off button, DC power in 19 volt, HDMI port, your headphone jack. This is the focus wheel. There is no focus adjustment on the remote or in the settings, so this is the only place you can adjust the focus. On the bottom you have your 4 rubber padded feet and a 1/4-inch threaded hole in case you want to put it on a tripod or mount it on ceiling. So that's your projector. So yeah, let's plug it in. So that's what the home screen looks like. Streaming services is basically all the apps that it comes with. You can also download other apps, files. If you have something plugged into the TF card reader, inputs, HDMI, USB. Phone mirroring, it does both wireless, Android and iOS. And in my test with my Android phone, I had no issues. It's very quick and I would say there's no noticeable lag. Got a browser, apps. Basically that's their app store. Office. I think that is something like a PowerPoint. If you have a PowerPoint projection, you can use this to do that. Wi-Fi setup. So let's look at the settings. Brightness, you've got your eco, standard, and boost. It's not a very bright projector, so I think most people will end up using it in the boost mode. Wireless setup, advanced. Boot signal, you can set up which app to start it at power on mode, ketone, screensaver, HDMI control. It does do HDMI CEC, so that's pretty cool. Language, about, backup and reset, Bluetooth if you want to hook up a soundbar or a headphone. Display mode, basically it's when you go to display mode here, it's mostly just keystone correction. But there is an option to, if you press the home button on the remote while you're here, you get a sub menu, and there you have more options. So again, you get the same eco, standard, boost, image mode. You got the preset ones, and then you have the personal one where you can change brightness, contrast, saturation, sharpness, hue. Same thing with color temperature. You can change between different cold, normal, warm, and again personal. You can actually set up the red, green, and blue. Sound mode is standard, music, movie, personal, surround sound on and off. Shutdown timer, projection settings. Again, that's your keystone. So there is auto keystone, but it's inconsistent at best. It also has 4-point corner correction, which I love to see in projectors, and in this case it works really well, and I was able to get a perfect 16:9 image. HDMI EDID version, I've always set it to auto, so that the projector will detect what signal is coming, and that's pretty much your settings. So one thing that drove me nuts was to put the focus wheel, if you can see, it's right underneath the HDMI port, and there's no focus adjustment available in the menu settings or on the remote. So this is the only place you can adjust the focus. If you have something plugged into the HDMI port like a Fire Stick or Roku, I found it very hard to adjust the focus without moving the projector. So the design decision seemed odd to me. As far as noise level goes, this is a noisy projector, especially in the boost mode. The fans really kick in, and I think I got as high as 60 decibels, which is pretty loud. In eco mode, I was getting 30 decibels, which is acceptable, but like I mentioned earlier, most people will watch it in boost mode because of brightness issues, so definitely not a quiet projector. Alright guys, so I just want to give you an idea of what the inbuilt speaker sounds like. It's a very small speaker. It's not gonna blow you away by any means. It's set to 100% right now. So yeah, let's give it a listen.
When I'm thinking of you and all that we do, I'm wrapped in my own devices. When I'm thinking about the way that we are.
Right. So like I said, it's pretty decent, but if you want a bigger sound, definitely hook up a sound bar. If it's just casual viewing, the speakers are just fine. So as far as image goes, when I first turned it on, everything was blue. There was a bluish tint to everything, sports, movies, and I couldn't understand it. I went into settings, I turned down the blue all the way down, and I couldn't get rid of the blue. So after a while, I realized that on the projector itself, the lens is sitting in this window that has a bluish plastic around it. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that's what's causing the blue tint. As light passes through it, somehow it's giving a bluish tint to everything, and I mean everything. It didn't matter what I watched. I thought I was losing my mind. I thought I was going colorblind, but I think that that's my explanation. I think that's the reason, because of the lens window is sitting in this blue plastic, and light is passing through it and giving everything a bluish tint. So my overall impressions about this projector, I think it's a decent projector. It costs about $200. It's an entry-level projector. It's native 1080p. It's got Bluetooth, HDMI-C. It's tiny, so it's definitely portable. I mean, it doesn't have a battery, but still, you know, you can take it from room to room. So it's got a lot of good points about it. But I think in the end, it all comes down to that everything had a blue tint. Every video that I watched, it had a blue tint to it. And like I mentioned before, I think it's because of the window that the lens sits in. It's got like a blue plastic that the light comes out of. I could be wrong about it. I mean, if you think I'm wrong, then maybe I am wrong, but I could not get rid of the blue tint. Even this video you're watching, you probably can't tell, but I see a blue tint in everything, even on the snake and, you know, in the background. Everything has a bluish tint to it. And I'll watch this video 100 times on so many different projectors. I know what it looks like. And I even called AAXA, and they didn't have they're very responsive. They responded back, but they didn't have a good response from me. So in the end, I just can't get over it, the fact that everything has a bluish tint to it. And if it didn't, I think this would be a really good projector at this price point and with all the features that it has. But I tried my best. I went into the color, the settings, and I turned blue all the way down, and I still couldn't get rid of the blue tint. So unfortunately, I mean, is it possible it's a defective unit? Yes, anything is possible, but I sincerely think it's because of the design. But anyway, so that's my review. I hope you guys get something useful out of it. Thanks for watching.